needs to ready up, and we will get this battle started on Yathrib. Yathrib being a relatively flat desert map with slight hills in the middle. Not enough to give yourself an advantage, but nonetheless slight hill in the middle. No! One of them unreadied. They fixed spectate. Did they really? Because when I tested it a few days ago, and I still crashed. And I didn't want to make a repeat of my first tournament where I crashed out of probably 4 or 5 of the games. But I will try that, actually. Now, thank you for telling me that. Yes, the battle is underway! Yes! So it looks like they all stuck to their guns of what factions they were going to pick. And we can finally get the first battle between King of Crowns and Warriors of Crom underway. We have a lot of support for both clans here. Both of them very good clans. A long history of this game. I know both of them playing for years. And they're all really good. I've seen all of them play. Okay, I will be sure to try that out then. And if they'd never crashed, then I'd be happy. I can finally use spectator slot again. I miss being able to follow my units around. General! Just if I crash, I'm gonna cry. And I'm gonna send you lots of sad faces. Yeah, Yathrib, like I said before, this map giving very slight hills, like this one and this one. So not too much of an advantage, because this is pretty much only like maybe like 2 units long. The rest of your units just go around the hill. Another one over here. So we'll see if they bring an onager, because Warriors of Crom does know what King of Crowns is doing. I'm probably just going to call them Crom and Kings. Some lag, no crashes. Okay, because I know right before you crash in spectator mode, it just lags you and then you crash. I did get through a few of the battles before, but I will try it out. Maybe if there's like an intermission again, I'll tell one of them to get in and I'll try it out. But if the spectate's working, then shouldn't best not to test an attorney. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. 2 of the players ready. I'll go ahead and ready up. And move my unit out of the way at the start of the battle, because yeah. Last time I almost got this unit in the way in one of the tournaments because it was sitting right here and he was moving his units up. Felt bad. General! This part of the map is actually a big advantage if someone plays over here, but probably not gonna happen. No one's gonna redline in this kind of friendly game. 23 seconds now, guys, and we will have the battle finally underway. All this anticipation. I hope it's a good battle. It should be a great battle. This is what I miss doing with my units. Being able to follow them like this. Versus... I don't really like this mode. Battle is underway. So here in the north side of the mini-map, they are the blue team. They are King of Crowns, bringing Sparta, Macedon, and Iceni. Looks like big, still heavy cav out of King of Crowns. So now here on the south side of the mini-map, this is Warriors of Crom. Probably going to call them Crom from now on. They are Parthia, Pontus, and Rome. Looks like they bring a lot. They brought a lot of cav. They brought, what, 6 cav? 7 cav? Versus the 7. So it looks like it's actually even on the cav front. We'll see what happens. How many skirmishers here? Looks like slingers, slingers, and slingers. So slingers are pretty cheap units, but still good for the harass. A lot more slingers from Pontus, 4 slingers, and archers from Parthia. Parthia archers are really good. I'm surprised he didn't bring more archers, actually, but I think he invested a lot of his units into these horse archers. That's what I wanted to see here. This is going to be pretty devastating onto the enemy units. He's obviously just going to do a lot of drive-bys or ride-bys and just do a lot of harass. These units are better than the Shogun's units, because in Shogun 2, you couldn't get your archer cav to run by and shoot. You had to run them straight at them and turn camel. You had to run straight at them, and they could shoot, and you had to fall back, and they could only shoot if they were facing them. But these archers here can literally just drive along the lines or ride along the lines back and forth and just shoot their arrows in without having a problem at all. So it looks like the initial cav here trying to make something happen. These Parthian cav can get away fairly quickly. So Crowns is going to have to be careful here, because he can't catch these cav, and Warriors of Crom know it. So here they go, pressing the attack. Let's see if fire arrows are activated. Still nothing else happening, just a lot of cav. This is to be expected though, especially when you see Parthians in the battle. Always expect this. Good counter to this is to bring archers or dogs even. Dogs are really good at killing these guys, especially if they're not paying attention. Here come the initial fire arrow barrage. Let's see if any hits. That guy is having a bad day. Just one kill? Turn this on. One kill. But that's okay. Like I said, a lot of these units have HP, so it's gonna maybe take, you know, 2 or 3 volleys. That one, oh, that's the same horse. More shots going in. I'm surprised he's only using 1 cav. He's probably just trying to tire the cav from King of Crowns by forcing him to come get him up on the hill and then retreat back. Doing good. See, this is what you need to do right here if you want to beat sort of Phalanx army. Lots of harasses. Now these cataphracts are moving in. This Royal Cataphracts will kill these heroic riders if they can make contact. Cataphracts being probably the best cav there is in the game. Initial skirmishes going on over here too. Spartan pikemen moving forward, getting hit by the slingers. Slingers only doing, I think it's like 8 damage, 12 missile damage, so it's going to take probably 6 volleys before you will see any drops. Because if these units all have, let's say, you know, 60 HP, then they're going to drop in 6 shots, because each shot's going to do 12 damage to their life. On top of that, if it hits their shields, then it really won't count either. Looks like here on the left side, one of these units got through. I wonder what is Warriors of Crom trying to do here? He got one of his shock cav too. They're not even heavy melee cav. They should not be here. Shock cav are only really effective at crashing into lines, and using them in melee combat's not a good idea. They're going to end up dying here to these heroic riders. Oh, these cataphracts. It was a bait. It was a bait for the cataphract. Cataphract's now moving in. Let's see if he's going to pull out or not. We're going to get a giant ball clump over here of all the cav. Cataphract's moving in, getting a good charge onto these veteran riders. Already racking up 5 kills, 6, 8 on just the initial charge. We're already at 10 on just the charge. And more units moving in. Praetorian cav, these units are your heavy. This is the units you want to bring in to stand and fight. One of these veteran riders already weakened. More units coming in. More cavalry all trying to come in. Everyone's focusing their cav here on this right side. This is going to be very crucial to the battle. Whoever ends up coming out on top in this cav fight is going to have a huge advantage. Now, the only thing I'm worried about is I only saw 2 cataphracts from Warriors of Crom, and I saw a lot more melee cav out of King of Crowns. But those archer cav could make a difference. Just raining in here, doing a lot of damage. If this turns into a big stand-and fight, then King of Crowns will probably lose a lot of their horses, if not all of them. More Praetorians now engaging, but big surrounds here from the heroic riders. Another good charge here of the companion cav onto the back of these cataphracts. Cataphracts, look how strong they are. 30 kills for 7 deaths. Now the horse archers now moving in, trying to move in hoplites. If he can get these hoplites in here, it's gonna be, it's just gonna be really bad for King of Crowns. But if Warriors of Crom can get these hoplites into the battle, he's running them as fast as he can, and he can take out almost all of the cav. Looks like a big heroic rider charge here into the backs of these Praetorian cav. Well, these are still the shock cav. These are the Praetorians. The shock cav finally breaking. The melee fight still trying to be engaged here by King of Crowns. A lot of this cav now is getting weakened. It's so much fire going in. The hoplites are gonna make it here. If the hoplites make it in, the King of Crowns needs to pull out. The hoplites are just gonna end up really destroying all of the cav, leaving a lot of the horse archers relatively intact, and I think there's still a cataphracts out there somewhere. Rally's now going up. The general's being brought in to try to save all of the cav. More charges going in. Here are the cataphracts. Here were the last cataphracts now charging in. Fresh unit into the fight. King of Crowns not looking good in this cav fight. It was pretty much back charge into back charge into back charge, and now finally Warriors of Crom bringing in the last of their their cavalry to get the last back charges into all these units. And on top of having this fire and the hoplites in here, that's not going to be good. Looks like the rest of the battle about to engage. Let's move over there. All the front lines, King of Crowns knows that they're not doing well into the cav fight, so they need to press and attack. But using these bronze shield pikemen, these aren't the best. The best are the Hellenic, but seeing as that was medium funds, it's probably best to bring those. And it's just going to depend on who marches forward on each other first. Peltas moving in to try to get some javelin throws onto these pikemen. Surround here by the Roman army, trying to push, or by the Spartan army, trying to push the Roman army back. The cav fight over here really not going well for King of Crowns. They only have 1-2 units left and wavering. Here on the left side, they have to win this side. If he can break Rome and sweep around the left side, he will do fairly well, but a lot of the units getting whittled down. This bronze shield pikeman now already down 35 units just from these peltasts. Charges now going in by legionnaires, but it's into pike walls, so it's not going to do very well for that unit. But they know that they're fine. They just need to win out this cav and move the rest of their cav in from behind, and Warriors of Crom will be able to pull it off. Veteran legionaries here to the side, setting up to try to defend against this big push from the Royal Spartans. Now, the Royal Spartans are really good at holding off cav. Even if they get charged from behind, if King of Crowns is watching these units, he can do a 180 as fast as he can and be able to get it. Looks like one of the Parthian cav made it all the way around and hit the backs of these peltasts. I didn't even see that. Where did he bring this unit from? Another one? What is this? How is he getting these units all the way around without him noticing? This cav could be devastating if he uses it in the right moment. But this peltast, or this light horse did get caught by one of the Royal Spartans. But for the cost of 2 peltasts, that is not a bad deal, because those peltasts will do a lot of damage to your lines. The main front pike wall has been engaged. This left bronze shield unit did get whittled down a lot by the peltasts, so they're probably going to end up losing. The foot companions are stronger than the bronze shield. So technically, they will, King of Crowns will win this melee engage, but they have to do it quickly, because once the cav gets here, back charges are devastating, especially into your pikes. The force of the unit pushes your units back into your pikes, or pushes the enemy units against your pikes, scoring lots of kills. I've seen 3 or 4 units all rout, like within 5 seconds of getting charged from behind by heavy shock cav. Spartan units wavering at most. They still have a lot of their units left and they're wavering. I actually don't see the general of the Spartans. Where is the general? Oh, he's over here, actually, on the left side. This unit's wavering fairly quickly. The front pike wall has broken for Macedon. The front pike line is broken. The foot companions, there's just a few peltasts left. Peltasts are very strong. Big engage here on the other side. The rest of the heroic nobles making it into the fight here, collapsing and doing a great job at taking out, who was over here? I think it was just an empty gap. Only a few units of Parthians, but Parthians melee units can't stand toe-to-toe against pretty much any units. The units are not good enough. I think these pikemen should really break phalanx and chase if that's what they're going to do. Probably not checking very well. Legionaries here could end up getting a nice charge on the backs, and I think that is what he's doing right here. The front line pikes. Looks like the Parthian, or the Pontus units won against the pikes of Macedon. How did that even happen? Spartan units now engaging, getting a good collapse on these veteran legionnaires. Legionnaires holding out really well, doing a good job with all their melee defense. These Spartan units are going to be really tough. They're very resilient. This pike right here, he's not paying attention. He's just getting, look at this. All these units are just getting killed from behind. A lot of units still in reserve for the Roman units, the Roman men. Big charge here on the cav into the backs of the Spartans. Big charges. Look at this. They already have 8-10 kills, and they're light horse. They're light horse, and they're pretty much breaking this Spartan pikeman unit. He wasn't able to turn around in time. King of Crowns units are getting pressured very hard here. A lot of stuff going on. Still a lot of cav. Once the cataphracts get here, I think it's going to do so much damage if they're not paying attention. Spartan units trying to hold out, but still a lot of skirmishers. See, that's the thing. If these skirmishers get enough kills, it's going to be pretty much over. This pike unit not paying attention to engage. I don't really know where the front line is right now and whose units are who. It's hard to tell. Last general unit here of the Macedon, along with his friend here of the Heroic Nobles, just getting harassed by all these horse archers. Horse archers doing a lot of damage. What are the kills on these guys? Let me get to a horse archer. These cataphracts have 69 kills. They took out a full unit, and there's still half left. Big charges right here into the backs of these Macedonian units right here. This is going to do a lot of damage. Pushing all these units against that pike is pretty devastating. The Spartan units did end up winning here on the left-hand side, even though they got hit by cavs. Spartan units being oh so resilient against cavalry. Looks like it's almost just the Spartans left. There's only a few units of these Macedons left. I think it's just the general trying to hold out as long as he can. But still so much cav left over. So much skirmish abilities left over by warriors of Crom. Which pretty much means they can kite the rest of this Spartan army. They don't need to engage. And I don't know what's going to happen if that if they're able to pull that off. Because there is no cav left from King of Crowns. They can't catch all of the archers. Let's see. This unit has 32 kills, and it's completely fresh. I don't have the ability to see how much shots they have left, but I can only assume there's still probably half of its quiver. Because they weren't fighting for that long. Still a lot of royal cataphracts left. The only thing is, I don't know if the Spartans can catch the rest of these units. Here's what it looks like on top. Still a few units out of Kings of Crowns holding on, but Warriors of Crom now just collapsing on the Spartan army. Getting good surrounds here with his cavalry. These archers, these Peltasts are getting focused right now, and I don't think he sees it. I don't think Kings of Crowns sees that unit here. So pretty much what has to happen is Kings of Crowns has to pressure and send in all their units, their Spartans, into a melee fight as quickly as possible. Because if he can break all of the melee units, then he just has to chase the skirmish units, which can be done, but he needs to take out the melee units quickly so that he's not just getting shot down by fire arrows throughout this whole fight. But I don't know how long he can hold out for. Royal Cataphracts now getting charges into all the sides of these men. I don't know how these Spartans are holding out for so long. Just the resilience of them. Because if you're paying attention, like I said, as long as you're not getting charged from the backs, you'll be fine with your Spartans. Charge is now going into the backs, but he sees it. He catches it. Heroes of Sparta will be able to hold out against this attack, but they're also being pressured by the front by Legionnaires. Legionnaires don't have that much melee attack. I mean, they're pretty decent, but they're pretty much just for holding the line, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Hold for as long as possible while all the skirmishers just whittle down the Spartan army. Spartans fighting for dear life. I don't know how well they're going to be doing. They should be able to win this right side, though. But once all the cataphracts and the horse archers get into position from Warriors of Crom, then it's not going to be too good. These Parthian archers are very, very fierce, especially if they're getting back shots into the fight. Parthian Cav actually doing really good. They have over 100 kills. That's pretty ridiculous to see. Another charge going into another Parthian cavalry, or Praetorian cavalry now charging in. Oh, they got caught, actually. They got caught by these Spartans. That could have been bad. That could have been bad for this unit. A lot of wavering now happening. That's King of Crowns units. This is the general of one of the... this is the general of WOC. If he loses this general, I mean, the other generals can kind of cover, but not by too much. So much fighting happening. I don't know if the Spartan units can hold out. On the right-hand side here, the Spartans actually taking out all of those melee units. And now just having Cav left, you're fighting Cav against Spartans, that's not ideal. Definitely not, but he has nothing left to throw in there. He just has a few hoplites left that were in the initial horse fight. a few cav and just a lot of skirmishers. So if the Spartans can end up taking out all of the cav and the rest of the infantry, which isn't much, I don't know what's gonna happen here. Because the Spartan units, I don't think, can catch these skirmishers. I've seen skirmishers kite units for days, and seeing as they still have cav left, it's going to be interesting. Lots of charges going in, but these are into the front of Spartans. Spartans not even taking a single casualty. Oh, but these are horse archers. Still shooting at this close. Point-blank shots. Cav do that? Okay, that's pretty ridiculous. This cav is going to rout on that one. Bronze Shield Pikemen still alive, going to try to engage this Heroes of Sparta. One of them did rout. There's only about 4 units of Spartans left. Lots of charges going in. Constant hammer and anvils by WOC. Just constantly bringing their units out, smashing more into the Spartans, pulling away, doing a great job at performing those assaults onto the backs of these lines. If he hasn't been doing that, this army would have, all these melee units would have routed already. But getting all those hammer and anvil charges really is devastating. Looks like the final Heroes of Sparta there did rout. 1 unit left, wavering. And there's one enough unit that's still fresh. Still has... Oh no, this unit is all that's left for King of Crowns. It looks like WOC is going to take game 1 using very good harass, very good early cav tactics, baiting in the units of King of Crowns, baiting their cav into this corner. One of the WOC's Roman units, his cav got all the way through here. It was just a light cav, forcing King of Crowns to attack and take out the rest of the units. Looks like we have GG out of both of the guys. Very well played game, and I think it's just waiting on me. So that initial cav charge pretty much is what made the game.